Hang on, preparing.
Okay.
You're good.
Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
This is really weird. Now, this time I'm trying to set the screen
Preparing.
aside so I can see everybody.
You're good.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. Wow,
Hi,
this is,
everybody.
wow. Okay, so let me go back to our screen. Where are we?
Yeah, that was weird. All right, so we had some sort of weird effect there because we don't do this enough, but we're back. It's Jeff and Marsha on a Wednesday morning. We just wanted to talk about the new screenwriting calendar of stuff and just some about what's going on out there in the world these days. I'm sure everybody just saw the Netflix CFO just announced that they're spending all their time working on getting the town back to work. So let's find out what's up with the strike soon, right? I really just don't see either side with an appetite to lose calendar year 2023. I just feel like that would be like a really weird and strange move from either side. I don't feel like that's going to happen. So, but let's see what happens. We'll all know soon, right? Anyway, Marsha, what's on your mind?
So, well, and great segue, Jeff, because yeah, in the meantime, writers are always supposed to be writing, and a perfect time to polish up those scripts. And you always say, bring out the old ones, and and give it a fresh new eyes and polish them up. So, this month, as we introduced September, we have our rewrite class that started last week. We have our pilot program. Dogs barking in the background as usual.
Okay, wonderful. Does Marsha work for mission control? And the answer is completely yes. She's actually running a mission control NASA thing right now, but she's backgrounding it. She's ignoring that job so that she can pay attention to this one. And I think
Hold
that's
on, hold the launch, folks. Hold the launch. Let me get through this first. Yeah, stay buckled up, astronauts. And then we have this Sunday is Pitch Your Story. And so, just to clarify, it's not like a pitch contest or anything like that. But Jeff,
I'll
you
tell you
play
what it is. I think I
play
know
the producer.
understand it.
Yes.
As far as I can tell, you're just going to come, and if you got a log line, you're going to pitch it. If you got a paragraph, you're going to pitch it. If you got a pitch, you're going to pitch it. And I'm just going to listen like I was a producer, and then react to it in just the same way that I've been reacting to for like the last 25 years. Only once was I ever physically removed from the room, so that's good. Most of the times, it seemed to go pretty well. There was the occasional boredom. Nobody ever actually fell asleep, but I have heard about it quite a bit. It's been in the news lately too. But anyway, look, I'm just curious, bring what you got. And gonna sit back and listen to it in whatever form it's in right now and give you some feedback and see what we can do to help you make it better.
Great. All right. And then in October, we have something interesting happening because we are doing a very special consultation package. You get 3 consultations with Jeff plus a read. Jeff, you want to talk a little bit about that? What will be happening?
Yes, it's funny to hear Marsha sound all excited about it now because she's been worried about this for a long time. But I've been doing these consults for a while, for like 6 months or something, and I've just seen the way that it's worked for people. They've come in with a certain story sense or a certain idea or even a certain sense of the business for some of them, but mostly with the story stuff, and they've left fully formed and ready to go. And the one-on-one nature of it just made the concept so much easier to grasp for people, that people started asking me about it in the regular group sessions and stuff that we do in the programs that we do. And for me, if you haven't heard me, the only rule that I care about for these things is that we're the most overqualified, best service at the cheapest price available. And as long as we fit all 3 of those categories, I'm happy. So we have a way into these now that like helps me maintain my feeling that that's all 3 of those categories. We're going to spend 3 sessions together. If you come in with a script, I'm going to read it and then we'll make it better. If you come in with an idea, we'll make it better, and then I'll read it whenever it's done later on. But we'll do 3 sessions together in the month of October, and we'll break that thing down and get you all ready to go either way. Anyway, like I said, working with people and being able to see the difference, and then hearing from people directly that they wanted more of this. My one and only fear was to make it too expensive, but Marsha does a really good job of searching out comps and looking for things, and she shows me places where people I would consider eminently less qualified are charging literally 4 and 5 times what we're going to charge for this service. So what can you do? And that chokes the business person in Marsha, but it makes the writer and me feel good. Because the truth is, Marsha and I are both writers, and we've been exactly where you are in a lot of these times. And it's not about like my 401k or anything. It's about trying to see how many people we can help slip through the industry, or how many people we can help save time for. And this one-on-one thing has proven to be the most effective way to do it. So I'm really excited. People are signing up now. And I'm looking at the calendar for October and thinking, wow, this is going to be fun and interesting. But I'm just really excited about it. And I'm hoping to see as many people as want to come and take advantage of it. It's like an introductory time thing while we're beta testing this to make sure that we've got it exactly right. So I'm sure it'll come back slightly more expensive in the future. So I'm hoping to see a bunch of you in October. All right.
Hey, Jeff, so our audience is now much more far reaching. We've got people all over the world and other platforms. We're on social media, and even a lot of referrals, people hearing about you. And a lot of them may have gone through other consultations or gotten script coverage. And for many, this is probably the first time they're actually meeting you, because a lot of times you don't see the face behind the name. Talk about what is, your heart in working with the writer. What is that Jeff Howard secret sauce? Like you take over that because I know they tell me, and I'm sure that they tell you, the kind of feedback and attention to their script that you're giving them. It's not just about the time, but what is it that your heart in really helping the writer?
I've been on a 25-year journey as a professional screenwriter, and in that time, I've done great ones and poor ones, and I've evolved. And where I landed about 7 or 8 years ago stylistically has really worked for me and helped. But if you do some simple math, you'll figure out it probably took about 18 years to get there. It's a muscle, it's a storytelling muscle, where I just combine character and action, character and plot intrinsically very early on, and make sure that that's how they stay focused on everything, and always run through things in their most emotional way, and how it actually feels to the people having the experience, and really go into things in detail that I think a lot of people aren't ready for the first time, but then appreciate later and realize like, oh, wait a minute, by going through this experience in this kind of detail, that's how you find those moments, because those moments that we're all seeking don't happen superficially when you just describe the action in a cold and analytical way, or when you put the character through a journey, but you don't make anybody feel what they're going through. So the biggest difference I've seen for people is to watch those tumblers click together, where it's like me watching my dad build a deck as a kid. It's like, oh, this is how you do it, and this is how I could do it with you together now, and this is how I could do it alone next time without you. And that's what I really like, is seeing them sort of armed to go forward into the future, where it's this experience of these 3 or 4 times together for us, but that they'll take that with them wherever they go and be able to do it by themselves. That's what excites me the most.
And and one of the things is, I think the practical application, that was the one thing that you kept pushing from the beginning. Let me show you how to actually do it, and what you're doing with every step of the way, each step, and then in the bigger picture. And that is one of the challenges, I think, overall in some of the classes, when people say, well, you know what, just whatever works for you, and they just feel like it's just too vague. And a lot of people have emailed and told me how much they appreciate you just giving some real practical, hands-on, step-by-step guidance, no hard fast rules, but guidance. So that is one of the things that we find valuable, and we apply it to all the classes, not just in the individual consultations. But
it's just one of the things that comes from doing it for so long, like one of the benefits of doing it for so long is that you've sort of seen everything and been through everything when it comes to getting it on the page. So there's nobody that I can't sit with and speak their language, story-wise, and help them break it down and get to the heart of what it really is. And sometimes the biggest thing that you can feel in them is when they hear that somebody gets it and understands what the heart of the story is and can parrot it back to them in a way that they realize everybody else could understand. They're like, it's like, yes, that's exactly it. So to me, that's just it. It's a long bunch of experience here to sort of help you figure out some techniques to let you get to the real heart of your story better and quicker, and with a more satisfying result to the readers, you know?
And I'm just going to throw in a plug in, like I don't say things very much publicly, but I just want people to know that is the first thing I noticed about you, and I always appreciate it. From the very get go, before we even started launch sessions officially, it was that you try to understand where the reader's coming from, and I don't want to knock any of their places or anything like that, and people's experiences, but that is one of the things that everyone feels like when they get some type of screenplay feedback, coverage, or go to a consultant, they just feel like they didn't get my story, regardless of how the quality of the script. And so that is one thing I think that is so important, and that's what I so much appreciate about you, and I know so many appreciate about you, is that you get where the reader's coming from, regardless of the status of their script.
Unlike you, I make no bones about the fact that one of the reasons I'm still here doing this is because I just saw some of the advice and some of the things and some of the reactions that were being given out, and they were just so contrary to my own experience of doing the job that I felt people, writers who were starting out, which I was for a long time, were sort of being led down some roads that might actually take them further away from where they wanted to be. The number one thing I tell people when they come in and sit down is, listen to everybody, take every piece of advice that you can get and listen to every voice that you got, but only keep the stuff that resonates with you. You're not going to find a singular guru path to follow that's going to teach you everything, but you're going to take your own gut and your own heart and mix it with the best of stuff that you hear from other people and find your path. So that's what we're here to help set you upon. I just like to do it like if this was a big Monopoly game, I'd like to get you around that first or second corner first, instead of just getting into the first few streets. And I'm just allergic to non-specific stuff. I really don't like big generalizations about craft and how to do things. I really like nuts and bolts examples to show people. I feel like that's how you learn, is to really see it. Philosophical principles and anecdotal stuff is all great, but I'm not sure it gets you where you really want to be.
Yeah, appreciate that. And I know so many others do. So yeah. And then one of the things that want to say that, yes, by the way, update breaking story. We had a lot of people who want to join when the next one's showing up. If you guys have never been to Breaking Story, or unfortunately I was out for about a week, missed our last one, we will bring it back in October. Just give me a couple weeks to pick a date, find a date that Jeff's available.
Did Marsha freeze? I think she froze. Anyway, oh my God, look. And it's not even like the most flattering freeze. Marsha is living the life and she's just got some tough times down there. But anyway, what you're saying is Breaking Story is where we turn ourselves into like a virtual writer's room, like a Zoom room, writer's room. And we don't do episodes like you would do in a regular room. We break down a pilot and we break it down until we get an outline. It usually takes about 2 hours, in a way that it usually takes about a week in the room somehow. But everybody who wants to contributes and everything is considered and consensus is reached and a final version is laid out before we go. And it's as close to the regular experience as we can get. It's missing money, 19 weeks and 4 more days and a whole bunch of cold salad lunch menus. But other than that, it's as close to the experience as you'll get. So it'll be back in October. And please come and please have fun. It's really, it's the most fun one that we do. If it was just you and me talking, I would love to do it like once a week. And sooner or later, as soon as Marsha says it's cleared to do so, we're going to do one on YouTube with a bunch of pre-WGA All-Stars, a little group that I've been assembling to come on and do a Breaking Story room together live on YouTube. So there we go. What do you think, Marsha?
Yes.
Everything?
I know you had to announce it. Yes, I'm just always scared doing everything on YouTube.
Yes, but it's going to be fun, and a lot of people will get to watch it. I think if people watch it on YouTube, they'll be less nervous to come participate.
It's fun, and it's not. And I always have to stress, it's not just for people who want to be in TV writers. It is, you got co-writers, you're collaborating with producers, your rep, just anyone in general. And it like a writers group, and it is a way to bounce ideas and practice that. And everybody that comes, they get more ideas for their own projects, because what it is you go in the way you usually think, and you see all these different opportunities, the way the story gets stretched, and the way Jeff guides the writers, during the story. And so many are like, I never would have thought of this. So, and it's one of those, it's like Legos, right? We just dump a bunch of Legos, and Jeff says, build a rocket, and everyone's going to have their own version, and every piece is different, and trying to put it together. And so that's really what it's like. So it is a lot of fun, and it's for any and everybody. Doesn't matter the genre. It doesn't matter, whether you're writing neo-Western, sci-fi, or a rom-com. Jeff's favorite is rom-com.
I think that's all the things.
Exactly.
So
So
anyway, yeah, it's really
fun.
for everybody. It's not just a horror thing, and we really mix it up in terms of ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, super friendly and super open, and we'd love to have you. And check it out soon on YouTube. And really, thanks for being here. We're gonna pop back in like hopefully once a week or maybe every other week to talk. We got some more live stream guests coming soon.
Yes.
And we have something else. Oh, our
And-
next video is about the great Billy Wilder, my only real hero. So and all the best screenwriting advice from Billy. So
Yes.
please
And-
watch that one.
Yes, and real quick, we got friendly faces. Hello, everybody. See
Hey.
Robert, Ken, Colin, and you guys have any quick questions while we're here? Oh, I forgot to ask. So questions, let us know. But yeah, I just want to,
You know where to get us. So
yes.
got it.
And we'll have the link, info@jhsessions.com, and you guys can find Jeff on Twitter. We have his TikTok and Instagram set up. I know he's everywhere. And his OF is coming soon. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway.
Yes, well, that would be
it just depends on how long the strike goes and how viable it is. If you keep demanding it, then it'll haton. Not you, Mark.
Desperate times. Desperate times.
Yes. If we're striking next April, then it'll definitely happen. But it'll, I don't know how much it's going to help. Anyway, but thank you for being here. We really appreciate you all.